Hey guys, and welcome back to the Spruce and Linen channel. I'm Janelle, and today I'm going to show you how to weave this beautiful diamond twill pattern. So let's get into it. This is definitely a more advanced technique, so don't worry if it seems a little bit confusing, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to explain it really clearly, and if you sign up for my email list, I will send you a free PDF of this pattern as well. We might eventually move that to an actual listing in the shop that will just be free, but for now, just sign up for my email list at spruceandlinen.com and I will send it your way. Okay, so I am drafting this pattern on a fairly small warp, as you can see, but I'm going to explain how you could do it bigger if you want to. So for this pattern, you're going to want to warp in groups of 8, and then at the end you're going to add one to make your pattern symmetrical on your warp. So you can see here there's a diamond perfectly in the middle here, and then these diamonds and half diamonds on the sides. So I prefer and really like these kinds of patterns to be perfectly symmetrical. On the sides here you'll see that I have different colors. This is representing what on floor loom weaving would be called a floating warp. When you do a twill pattern like this, and you kind of need that extra string so that you always have something to wrap around at the end that doesn't disrupt your pattern and doesn't make it so that you're going under these ones and then all of a sudden you're going under them again and there's just empty warp. So I will explain that again once we actually start weaving, but that's what those represent here. So for this pattern, a full diamond is going to be 9 rows, so you can see that here. 2 rows of diamonds, and you can see that they are staggered, is going to be 16 rows. The pattern starts repeating after 14 rows. So you can see here where this box is and where this box is. So this would be row 15, which would also be the same as row 1. I'm really hoping this all makes sense. So for my warp, we're going to talk about the warp now. You want to warp in groups of 8 plus 1. So you can see here the pattern as far as the warp goes starts repeating after 8 strings. And so you need to add that extra one to have that diamond symmetrical. So for my warp, I'm doing 27 strings. So I have 8 times 3 plus 1 to make it symmetrical, so that's 25, and then plus another 2 for my floating warp. I'm going to explain how to read a pattern like this. So each column represents 1 warp string. So just imagine that there's a warp string going through the middle of this box, but this whole row represents 1 warp string, and then these horizontal rows represent your weft strings. The colored in blocks mean go over top of these strings. So in regards to this first row, and again I will show you on here, you're going to go under 1, over 1, under 2, over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, and you're going to carry on. So that's how you're going to read this. Then here you're coming over here at the end going over 1, under 1, and you're coming back around going over 3. And again, this I have just made a different color to represent that it's not actually part of the pattern. That's just so that we do not disrupt that pattern. So we're going to get weaving, and hopefully these things will be a lot clearer. So I am going to work on my pattern as I've numbered here 1 through 16. We're working from the bottom up. It's great to have a pencil so you can kind of check off those boxes as you go so that you don't get lost on your pattern. A twill like this works best if you're using a chunky yarn. It's going to come through a lot more. If you use something really thin, you're not really going to be able to see that diamond come through very well. And this is also a pattern that comes through a little bit better if you don't weave too tightly. You don't want to squish your weft strings too closely together. And it doesn't matter if you start from left to right or right to left. These rows, again, this whole pattern is perfectly symmetrical for that reason, so it doesn't matter which direction you start in. All right, so my first row, normally I'd have cardboard here and do your tassels and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna show you the pattern today. So your first row, an empty box means under. So we're gonna go under 1, over 1, under 2, over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, over 3. And then you're just gonna keep repeating that across. And again, you can see here that I have too much string here. That this string on this warp is perfectly symmetrical. We started under, we ended under. All right, so that's row 1. So I'm just gonna put a tick by my first row just so I know that I did that row. So row number 2, we are going over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, over 3. And you're just gonna keep repeating that. So under 2, over 1, under 2, over 3. And this is definitely one of those patterns where you want to make sure that you're not pulling things in too tightly, because when you're skipping that many warp strings, your warp is going to want to, well, get warped essentially. All right, so that's row 2. And now I'm going to move on to row 3. So row 3 is under 2, over 2, under 3, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 3, and repeat. Now we're on to row 4. So with row 4, this is where it's going to be evident you have this floating warp string. We're going to go over 1, under 2, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 3. Is that right? Yes, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 3. And you can start to see the diamond coming through. So again, checking off my box, and we'll move to the next row. So this one is going to be under 1, over 1, under 2, over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, over 3, and repeat. And again, once you're at the end, you just want it to look exactly how it looks on this end. So if you started under, you're going to end under. Next row. So we're on row 6 now, and we're going to go over 1, under 2, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 3. Now we're on to row 7. So we're going to go under 2, over 2, under 3, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 3. Now we're on row 8, so we're coming close, but like I said, row 9 means you have 1 full diamond. So we're on row 8 now. We're gonna go over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, over 3. All right, so we're coming towards the end of this first diamond. So here we're gonna go under 1, over 1, under 2, over 3, under 2, over 1, under 2, and then keep repeating. Now we have 1 full diamond. I'm gonna keep going to row 16 so you can see what this all looks like. But essentially it's the same process. You're just going row by row. On the PDF that I will give you, it will also have written instructions so that it's really clear what to do. So I'm gonna keep going and let you guys see this in time-lapse mode. I'm sure you noticed that I had to unweave and reweave certain rows because I did lose track. So don't worry if this takes some time to get the hang of, because it is a little bit confusing and there's a lot of counting, a lot of tracking where you are in the pattern. And that's how a diamond twill works. So I hope you guys really like this pattern. I think it's beautiful. And let me know in the comments below if you want me to design more versions of this, because there is literally so many different versions of this diamond twill. So let me know if you want to see more of these PDFs and tutorials that you can use for your own weavings. So this is how this completely drafted pattern looks like actually woven out. So as you can see, again, you want to use a thicker yarn, especially if you're using a decently thin warp. I used the black warp so you could really see the pattern shine through. If you use white on white, this pattern isn't going to come through as much. Same with black on black. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your colors to do the diamond twill if you really want that to be prevalent. And honestly, with the amount of work it is, you definitely want that to be able to be seen. So I hope this all makes sense. It is a little bit confusing, so don't be too hard on yourself. It takes time to learn, and it's a lot of counting and tracking. But as I said before, and I'll explain that again here, you want to warp in groups of 8. So let's say you wanted to make this wider. So let's say you wanted to do 8 times 5. So then that would give you 40. And then you would add 1 string to make sure the pattern is symmetrical, and then you would add 2 more as your floating warp. I hope that makes sense as far as how to scale it, but in order to get it symmetrical on your warp, that's how you have to count. So keep that in mind before you put your weaving on your loom. You want to figure out if you have the right amount of strings. You will notice it is an odd number of strings, so that's a little bit different for tying off, but it does allow you just to get that fully symmetrical, beautiful pattern on your warp. All right, guys, so I hope this was a really helpful tutorial to make that diamond twill a little less intimidating and a little bit more clear. Let me know in the comments below, as I said before, if you want to see more variations of this diamond twill, and if you sign up for my email list at spruceandlinen.com, I will send you the free PDF. We're also going to try to get this as a listing in our Shopify store once we have that up, so stay tuned for that. That'll just kind of simplify the process of getting the PDF. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell to get notifications when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Twill. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Spruce and Linen channel. I'm Janelle. I totally forgot how to do an intro, apparently. Okay, so, and then... Oh, I just did that row twice. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. That was very news anchory at the end there. I think we need to do that again.